Let me guess, you try and stack a few dollars. You ain't trying to blow it all, you need financial knowledge. Need some tips on your taxes, so the IRS ain't bending you backwards. Well, you're in luck, you tuned into the master, Wendy Consulting.
It's a real good Dipset vibe, yeah.
When I heard it, so my friend Terry, who is an artist out of Richmond, he did my intro, and I was like, "This sounds like some Maybach." Well, it was mad to me of like Maybach music, like
that's really
when I was in school and Rick Ross was dropping all of those songs that were just smooth, like Aston Martin, like those smooth sounds. That's what it sounded like. So I was like, "Oh, it's lit." I
rock with it. I'm a Dipset kid. So it gave me a good Dipset vibe.
Okay.
I can rock with the Maybach.
Okay, I didn't get the Dipset vibe. Even though I did full with Dipset. I got more of a sorry. I felt like we moved the water when we were setting up, and now I'm gonna be thirsty. But it didn't give me Dipset. When I first heard it, it just gave me like Maybach music.
I get it.
Welcome, y'all. I have not done any introductions. And that's rude. So always a very key tip just in life. You do salutations, okay? You greet people and you introduce them. You don't just walk up to somebody and start talking. You say good morning, good afternoon, how are you, okay? All right, so with that said, I am Wendy White from Wendy Consulting LLC. You are watching Wendy with an I podcast. Boop, boop. And check this out. We done figured out how to do the sound, y'all. It only took me this is my third episode taping. It only took me 3 episodes to finally figure out how to do the sound. And it would be somebody from the 757 who I went to school with that's helping me, okay? Because 757 people are good people. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay? So I have Lawrence Kirby with us. I don't know. I just like doing that. I listened to another podcast. I can't think of her name right now. Fran.
Okay.
And she always did that. It made me laugh. So shout out to Fran. I don't know. It's just I love the little sound effects. But this is Lawrence Kirby, and I might just call him Kirby because that's really what I know him as. Like I legit was writing notes down. I was like, wait, what is your first name? Like, isn't it Lawrence? Like. And of course it would be Lawrence, like Insecure Lawrence. So I was like, oh gosh.
Oh man, the little bit I know, I heard he was okay, but
no, he was straight. He's just he didn't
give us Lawrence as a bad name, huh?
He didn't. I don't know how to describe Lawrence. He's a good catch. He's just like and we'll probably talk about this when you get in that mindset and you're in like a slight depression, you kind of fall off. And he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing as a boyfriend, and Issa ultimately cheated on him and. Issa was wrong, don't get me wrong, but under her circumstances, if you were dating a man who, and this is totally off topic, y'all, dating a man who needs a job and he can't find a job and he just doesn't feel like he can get his, he was doing like a developmental app. He can't get it up. He started and he was just getting that depression and it caused him not to express to Issa and be active in their relationship. And so she was like, but anyway. Lawrence is a good guy, y'all. Okay, I do watch Insecure. This is a plug. I love Insecure. So go back and watch Insecure if you haven't watched it. And I'm sure most black people, minus Kirby,
you about to have me something to talk about. I gotta defend Lawrence, because Lawrence is a great name.
So back to his introduction. So he's from Newport News, Virginia. I went to high school with Kirby. He attended Virginia State, the Trojans. Woo 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 woo. He was a history major, minor sociology.
Right.
He has just started a podcast, y'all. I mean, just started it in August. Yeah. Peace of Mind. Life Coaching LLC. The LLC is important, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on now. So, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So I generally, when I do this, I like to start off with a quote, and being that, and I gotta pull it up. I should have been doing that. My transitions are slow today. Just roll with me. Okay, so the quote that I got, this time around is from the Jay-Z.
Oh, okay.
So you know it's lit.
It's gonna be all right.
Belief in oneself and knowing who you are. I mean, that's the foundation for everything great. What? Come on now. I don't even know what song that was from, or if he just spoke that out like at a speaking, or when he did when he spoke out or something. I don't know, but I thought that was fitting for you.
That's great.
I thought it was fitting for you.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Thought it was fitting for you.
Because I mean, honestly, it really resonates a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just coming from where we come from.
Yes.
You know, experiences that we've had, exploring the world on your own in a lot of ways. You get what I mean? Because you didn't really have a lot of guidance or people kind of pushing you in a certain direction. And with all of that, you know, you had to know what you wanted, know what you liked, know what you didn't like, you know, and a lot of times we don't always have those answers, but spending the time to figure that out, I think it's a vital thing to do.
Yeah, I think that upbringing like definitely shapes your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you don't come, because I didn't grow up in downtown Newport News. I grew up over town by the shipyard. So I grew up I was around all the retired,
right.
you know, the older white people.
Right.
So but I always was downtown because that's where all my friends lived.
Right.
So I was
That's
always
true.
around it. So I mean, it's so funny when I go to Newport News and I take people, they be acting all scary. And I'll be like, have you been to like Chicago, Brazil? Have you been to real places? Because
Exactly.
Newport News ain't
It's
that
not
scary.
That.
Like,
It's not that.
Y'all better stop playing. I'll go right there to that Chickasee.
You better know it.
Okay.
And get that big check. I ask for a little bit of sauce.
Low key,
you know
I'm saying that because I'm definitely going to go there for lunch. Like, and then what I'm going to do is I don't get the sauce because it's like mayonnaise based. And I don't do mayonnaise.
They be doing too much sometimes.
But I go right on to that Chickasee. That's where I'm going for lunch because I'm here in Newport News. Oh, yeah, I'm here in Newport News. Look, y'all, they have dice at the studio here in Newport News.
That's how we do.
I was like, that's lit, because it's none of that. But they have, like, distressed brick at the one in Richmond. It's really cute, because it's like an old factory.
I like that, though.
So,
I think I like that better, though.
Yeah, you know. But, okay, so let me get started. So, as y'all know, I like to give y'all, like, a tip of the day or some type of information. And this one I'm doing because we're so close to tax season, and for all my business owners, entrepreneurs, one of my tips for when you're getting ready to file and just knowing your understanding of your business, get your money's worth from your business equipment. And what I mean by that is that your business equipment has a life cycle. So when you're categorizing, you know, you have to look, and there's a chart that you can Google that will tell you the life cycle of an equipment item, and it's based on it being, you know, for office equipment, you know, like so for a printer, a cell phone, you know, you have a desk, a couch, you know, everything that's a tangible asset, you know, you can categorize into an asset life. And you're going to do that because that teaches you, like, okay, if I bought this MacBook in 2010, realistically, what's the life I get out of it? You know, there's a chart for it. I want to say it's 5, but I don't quote me. But there's a chart for it that you can get the asset life cycle. You know, you think about you know, this couch. I think couches are like office equipment 7 to 10 years, I think, something like that. But there's a chart for it. Mm-hmm. And so when you do that, that's how you can, this is what you're called about depreciating. You know, you're depreciating an asset. You buy it at one price and you depreciate it, just like you think about your car. When you drive it off the lot, it depreciates as soon as you drive off the lot with it. So hope that was clear to some people. I did it all the time. I was over fixed assets at one of my jobs, and we used to have to organize the fixed assets, go and look for them. You know, if you have a big business or you have more than one, write a serial number on it so you can keep track of it. That's how you know we need to bring out an asset out of production and, you know, upgrade that MacBook. Because, you know, even though your Macs will last you. I don't know if you ever owned a MacBook.
No,
this is my third one, and I bought my first one in 2009. So this is after I got a job, y'all, out of school. Yeah. I told my mama, I was like, I want a MacBook, but I want a laptop, but I want a Mac. So we went right over there to that military base at Fort Houston or whatever was right here. And my mama bought my MacBook tax free. And I was tight because they changed the MacBook as soon as I bought mine. So I bought the older white version.
Yeah.
And they came out with the new one. It was like sleek and trim. Do you remember that?
I do, but you have to just be okay with it.
I was okay with it because I ain't pay no taxes on it, and I got it like at a discount. So so I had that one, and then something happened where like I had like all this music on there, and it was just time. Like I couldn't upgrade. It was like I was on like the Lion version of it, and it just wouldn't upgrade. It was something crazy. So I was like, my ex bought me one for my birthday, and that was like the silver one. Oh my God, that thing was huge, like long. I don't know, it's like maybe 6-7 years. I don't know, can't even remember now, but it was like an upgrade.
Right.
But baby, when I got this one, I got it during COVID. I stood out and I was in Short Pump, and I went to the Apple store, and I went because I knew it was back to school time.
Right.
and they do the specials.
Yeah,
well, I
for
still
sure,
got my
yeah.
JMU student ID.
Right.
So
That's
look,
all you need.
all you need is that student ID. I went right up in there, and they were like, Miss White, and I was like, and I got some little AirPods. I didn't even want them. I don't even have an iPhone. I have a, because yes, I'm one of those people who has all Mac products and then a Droid, because I can't do an iPhone. It's just too. It's basic. I'm sorry. My daddy can use an iPhone. Like you can customize with a Droid. So I'm that friend that's the green bubble, and I'll be like, you'll be all right. But then I'll be faking people out because I'll be having the Apple headphones, and they be confused because they be like, I thought you had a Droid.
I mean, because it's like you kind of behind the times if you're not there.
Well, I mean,
you're giving so much praise to these other Apple products, but it's like,
and I got Apple stock, y'all.
Oh,
Listen. Y'all worried about the wrong things. Worried about me having that Apple stock, and they just did that stock split. Y'all better stop playing with me.
Well, you need to just go ahead and come over then.
So I said, when my job ends and they take my second line, I'll go ahead and add me a cell phone because that's a business expense, y'all. And I'll make that my work phone. So then I can talk to all y'all who got iMessages, and y'all can stop. Your bubble's green. I'll be like, all right, y'all, whatever. So anyway, I'm totally off topic, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just in here talking.
No, but I'm grateful for this for my MacBook.
Yes. So thank you for bringing me back on topic.
No question, because it first and foremost, I can write it off as an expense.
Yes, y'all. Y'all better appreciate that asset. I just told y'all about that.
But as easy as you say, the iPhone is, it's too easy for that. It really does help your business. You know what I mean? Like, everything that you want to do, you could really.
When I talk to people, and I be like,
walking office almost.
Yeah, but when I talk to people, I be like, oh, I don't know that life. Like, I have an Apple, and like I said, like, once you get an Apple product, you don't want to do a PC. It's just, I don't know. I remember using Apple products when I was in, Louisiana? I don't know, on base, but I remember it was the blue ones with the clear background. You remember the color when they used to be colored?
Oh, yeah.
Green
That's
and
when
red.
They first came. Yeah.
We used to have those at the school.
That's like third grade.
Yes, and they used to have the Macintosh. And you know what? I don't know. I did do elementary school here. I went to Sedgefield. So some people remember. Some people remember me.
We only had 3 at Sedgefield, though. I remember.
So some people.
That's where all the,
so I don't know if that's where it was then. Okay, so they were the Terriers or something.
Yeah.
But
no. Sedgefield was the
Scottish Terrier. It was some type of terrier.
Yeah. Okay.
So like my mom got stationed. I think it was like Korea or something one year, and my dad had me when I was in Newport News.
Right.
And so I went to I think 3rd or 4th grade Sedgefield, and people remembered me from Sedgefield. And when I came back and went to Heritage, and I was like, I didn't remember them because you gotta think I was a military brat.
Yeah,
so I've met people like, my friends were Puerto Rican and Guamanian and Turkish and black, and I had all kind of friends from different backgrounds, and Hispanic, Mexican. Like, I knew everybody. So like when I got to Newport News, it was like a culture shock for me because it was just black people everywhere.
Oh, black people.
And I was like, where are the different races? Like, it's a mecca. Listen, the 757.
I'm telling you, like, I feel like that too. I don't really remember seeing a Mexican until like our junior year when they started moving across the street.
And so that's why people thought I was so strange, because when I moved here, I was listening to Chopped and Screwed, Cash Money, I lived in Texas, Louisiana. That's all I knew.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
The only other music Tay introduced me to, and that was Maroon 5. Outside of that, it was just...
Look, Maroon 5 is lit. Let me tell you something. You can remember Raven, right? That's okay. Raven thought I was like, she used to always be like, you remember we used to come to school and you used to listen to like Chopped and Screwed and everybody be side-eyeing you, and I'm like, yes. And now look at everybody. Look at the down south. What? Stop playing with me. That's all when people listen. When people hear music that I listen to, they be like, I wouldn't expect you to listen to that. What does that mean? So my homegirl Keisha nicknamed me Trap Queen because she said like I listen to trap music, but I'm professional.
Hey, you got that code switch. That's what it's called.
Speaking of code switch, why was I just talking to my manager and I was like, you know what? I think I was either my manager or my mom, and I was telling them how, like, I've been since COVID has started, I have not been in the office full time since March. Right. I didn't forget. I'm myself, so I forget to turn. Listen, because y'all do know what code switching is, right?
Tough.
Some people don't know what code switching is. Please tell them, because there might be some people watching who are not of color.
Man, listen, I had a friend. This was when we first graduated from college. She didn't even get into her position because she couldn't get through her interviews. Mind you, magna cum laude, honor societies, academic
She was a great person on paper. On paper.
Bomb.
Did she have a regular name? Did she have a Wendy, or did she have a more ethnic?
She had a pretty basic name.
Okay,
you would know that she was African American, but it wasn't no.
Well, but it wasn't like me when they see Wendy White, honey.
Right, it's never. Right.
And they see me coming in with this hair, they be like, "Oh, she's black. She black. Listen, black. When I interview, you can tell because I even sound what they call white. People tell me I sound white, but I have it where like when they talk to you on the phone, you know how to. Hi, good morning. Right. Yes, I'm excited. Right, you got to. Listen, so when I be going into the office now, I be forgetting where I'm at, and I be talking to people like I be talking to them on the regular on the street. Because I can't be 100% myself at work because my energy is so big. And that was that. And that's when I knew corporate wasn't for me.
I agree.
I remember working at my first job here in Richmond, and I'm not trying to get sued, so I'm not gonna tell people names.
Right. I don't want to say nobody's name.
Look, I was about to say. I'm not gonna say nobody's name. And I remember, like my manager, and I loved her. She's a Capricorn. I love Capricorns. She had great energy. My manager was fascinated by me. Like you could tell she had never been around. And then, I had went natural back in 2009. Like after ANC, I cut all my hair off because I was in Texas and I was like, ain't nobody gonna see me. Like I had this hair and I had a lot of energy. And I realized when I started that job that I realized one thing. White people are okay with you as long as they don't think that they're not scared of you. Like you don't do something.
Or you don't intimidate them.
Exactly. And so I remember having a conversation one time, and my tone of my email, they felt my energy because I got called into the office, and she let me know that I need to learn how to buffer. I need to make it pleasant and fun because I'm real direct. So like when I say, hey, I need you to send me this email. I don't need to know the backstory why you haven't done it. Just send it. Oh well, I went and met Johnny at the water fountain. I was talking. I don't need to know all that. Like that's too much chatter. I'm real direct. Well, I learned with that job I can't be. I had to ask people how their day was. Right. Act like I cared about their weekends. Like I had because that's how you build relationships. And then when you start telling people what you're doing, they be like, oh, you going here, you going there. Your hair different color, your hair straight last week, curly different color. Yes, girl, you could do that to your hair too. You could be fun. Like it was so funny. I used to go and get my hair braided, and people would act like I just started there. Y'all, I've been here 5 years. Why y'all acting like I'm somebody new? Like
it's tough, yeah.
Did you ever experience that? Because your background is you're a social worker by day, correct?
Right, and I worked in Parks and Rec and mental health. So yes, you have to attempt to present yourself a certain way to say that you're qualified to do what it is that you've been doing.
Sometimes unofficially. And the thing that I hate, and this is no shade to people who have a 4-year degree, because listen, I have a master's. I get it. Listen, but there are people I went to Heritage with that make more money than me. Because what did they do? They started a business. They started a trade. Yeah. Oh, a trade? What is that? Your welders, your plumbers, your electricians, stuff that when you don't know how to do it, you have to call them. They have a trade, and then they go and start a business off of that trade. And they make money. Yeah. And they didn't even go to school. Do you know what they did? They had an idea. Yeah. They manifested it. Mm-hmm. Oh, but I thought that, when you don't come for money, right. You can't make money. Isn't that what they say? That's what they say. Oh, you need to be Donald Trump. You need to have long money, please. All you need is to believe in yourself. You can save up to start your business, your LLC. Mm-hmm. You can save up to if it's something that like you need to buy, like purchase something, equipment. If you have good credit, because this is why credit's important. Right. You can get a business credit card, put it on a card, and start your business and pay them back in installments until it's paid off. People just think that you have to have. I gotta have 10 stacks in the bank to start a business. No, if you have good credit, and let me explain to you what good credit is, because good credit ain't no 5s, it ain't no 6. Anything above a 700 will get you a far way in life. Mine, I'm still trying to get up there with my mama. My mama in the 900s, and I looked at somebody before and they told me your credit can't get that high. Why I can't? Mine is like 860. Stop playing with me, like.
Right. It's about what you're doing.
And people think that like credit is scary, but I want people to understand when you go into a bank, they're looking at your credit history. They need to know that you can pay your student loans on time. Mm-hmm. I have a mortgage. Do I pay my mortgage on time? Do I pay my credit cards on time? Have I paid stuff off? Listen, because I got student loans, a house. I just finished up my MBA, and shout out to Donald Trump because I'm going to pay my car off because we don't have to start paying back student loans until January, and so I'm paying off my car. because I'm like, oh, I just got extra money now because I was anticipating that I was going to have student loans because I graduated in December, 6 months.
Right.
Well, when the United States, what is it, federal, public, whatever it's called. Listen, Betty DuBois, whatever. I don't even know if she over
whoever
whatever. No, Betsy,
right.
no, DuBois is whatever her name is. She's over the kids because she's crazy. She the one that went to private school and she ain't got a bit of sense. But listen, I try not to talk about politics because I want to stay neutral. Because Joe gonna win.
I believe it.
But he gonna get sworn in and everything, honey.
I believe it.
And then something gonna happen because he old. Like he didn't made things right. Okay, he gonna help elect the first black female president. He signed that crime bill, screwing us, and he's making his right. He's making it right now. He's fixing his wrong. So I have a little bit of promotion. So the IG is known as Made with Melanin Co. And I'm offering a 30% off promo code. So I ordered this really cute shirt, and I'll wear it on here when I get it. I haven't gotten it yet, but it's really, really cute, and it just speaks my energy. When y'all see it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, she's about that life. Yeah. So I have my first ever promo. If you use Wendy Consulting LLC, you'll get 30% off. So holler at it. Again, it's Wendy Consulting LLC promo code, and you get 30% off. So it's just I don't know if it's male stuff up there. I don't ever be shopping for y'all, so I'll be looking for myself. Okay, so we stopped at a good point, so we'll pick it back up. So I was talking about how, Kamala had to be controversial because, she had to be with a white man because, a black woman can't be successful. I mean, she can't get it on her own merit unless she with a white man. So that's where we stopped at. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way of our country at the moment. But, we had a black president, male, our society been kind of set up to believe that it's always a competition, whether it's race or it's man against woman or whatever. But I feel like, whatever has to happen to get the perception and understanding of a person's ability to continue to do the job, whether it's woman or male or whatever, they doing it this way. It is what it is. Like, make it happen.
And granted, at first I wasn't feeling her. I ain't gonna lie to you because they was pushing this black. See, they were pandering, and that's what irritated me when I first started. Because she went to a HBCU. She went to Howard, one of the most prestigious. Okay, come on now. It's in DC. If you know what I know, you better look up who made DC. You better look it up, and it wasn't no white man. Right. Contrary to popular belief, because I went up to look. I don't know. Do you know who made? Okay. So I went online and I typed his name in, and if you type it in, 2 pictures pop up: a white man with his name, and then there's one with like the one from PBS with the black man on it clearly, because PBS been out here. Listen, public broadcasting has been dropping these jewels. Okay, do you know how many days I would be at home working and I would just be sitting there watching documentaries on PBS, and I'd be like, ooh, this is interesting.
Great.
The struggle, watching. There's one that they have where they talk about the struggle or the history of black people in the United States. So they take it all the way back to slavery, and they're chronologically going through. Listen, a whole word, okay? PBS been out here giving jewels, honey, for free. Yeah. Well, it ain't really free. It's through your federal government, but you better be paying attention. They giving you the free information, and y'all too busy playing. Like my son play his Nintendo Switch and playing Call of Duty, and I don't even know what men play. What do you play?
Call of Duty.
See, and they don't even call it Call of Duty. Isn't it like COD? That's what I'm saying. They got a little acronym for it. Anyway, they too busy playing COD when they need to be turned on that PBS local station. And it's in the middle of the afternoon, y'all. Y'all can go and it'll be a doc up there. It'll change your life because it'll change your perspective. Knowledge is power.
That's true.
I've recently haven't even been. Have you been watching TV?
No.
For the first time ever, okay, it's not a Tyler Perry movie. It's on OWN. I can't think of the name of it, but it's a church. I'm sure.
Oh, you talk about. I have seen.
I just can't think of the name of it, and I know people are gonna be in the comments or gonna make a comment that's what it was called. Greenleaf. Thank you. Greenleaf. I was so excited that Greenleaf. So
that's a plug. That's my friend's clothing line. Not Gold Leaf. It's Gold.
Oh no! Well, go ahead into the point. Tell them about the clothing line.
I didn't want to do that, but I would just. It's on my mind because he's a
speak it on your spirit. We love to plug black people, honey. Look, they got a what business? Talk about that man.
He's a childhood friend of mine, and he been doing his clothing line for about I don't want to get the calculations wrong, but I know for but based on my understanding, I know for over about 4 years now or whatever, but he's been consistent. You know what I mean? And it's like he doesn't even live in our city anymore, but
Okay, so where's he at now?
Connected to, the city. He's in Atlanta at the moment. But
oh, you mean
right.
people from the 757, they be out here moving to Atlanta?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how many, y'all better stop playing me. Do you know how many dope people come out of 757?
Yeah,
okay, just, first of all, we gave, Timberland and Missy Demeanor Elliott gave you music that is timeless. I can play a track right now that Aaliyah is on, rest in peace to her, and that song still go today, and it sounds like it did when I was a child too now, and it's still the same vibe. They gave you Pharrell done gave you Happy. He done been on what's that damn cartoon, the cartoon movie, yeah, listen.
I don't even know why that just started.
That is funny, but I just came from Detroit. That is so funny. And I was listening to that is so funny because that's Jay. Isn't that Renegade?
Yeah. I think I don't know, something we said prompted Siri to start playing.
See, this is why I don't want an iPhone. Siri out here spying on us, child. Because spying. How does Siri know to start playing?
Hey, she just on it.
She's just
on it.
Nah, she ain't on it.
She on
the stuff.
it.
Oh, this just a coincidence. Look, it's just a coincidence. I be telling people, listen, ain't no coincidences. Everything's confirmations, and stuff that be happening like that. It's just
you just gotta do it.
You gotta roll with it because you didn't know I went to Detroit, but me hearing that song, and let me tell you about Detroit, the D. I had a blast. Now, let me tell you about this. My homegirl, my best friend from college, Brittany, she is from Detroit. And when I met her freshman year in A&T, we were suite mates. Mm-hmm. And she talks about Detroit. And I was like, I gotta go. Y'all, Detroit sound like it's the mob or something. They out here making cars.
Some great people from Detroit, man. I met a friend from college from Detroit as well.
And it took me 15 years. When I looked at the time, I was like, girl, I didn't know you since 05. 15 years. Mm-hmm. It took me 15 years to finally make it to the D, but I had an amazing time. I'm trying to think I think it's Royal Blue. It's a black-owned seafood place. I think it's called Royal Blue. Baby, some of the best red snapper. And that peach cobbler. Oh my God, a peach cobbler changed your life. And the girl, I don't even know the shorty girl name, but she was on it. She made us a special cocktail, and she was our waitress. Right. She was so pretty. Listen, it's called something Fountain Blue. It's something with bluefish. I really kind of want to look it up now because
Pink. It ain't Pinkfish.
No, what is it called?
That's Tony's restaurant.
Who? Oh, Tony Braxton has a restaurant.
No. Tony Cummins. Remember Tony Cummins from school?
Mm-mm.
He went to hang out with the Newsom Park people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He got a restaurant too.
Where is it? So it's here off of Mercury. Okay, well go ahead. Look, plug him too. It's all love.
That's another downtown Newport News kid. Just doing business, man. Like this business, entrepreneur mindset, transition from. Tell us like what made you like. So you're still doing social working, but so yeah, what you can have a real, you can have a. You can have a job.
You can have a job and have an idea too. A side hustle?
Oh
no.
God, come on, yes.
No, I didn't know you could do that.
I mean, but that was the push, and more so like the quote that you said, knowing yourself and from the beginning, like knowing yourself, and with that, it allows you to understand your worth. So when you're working in these different positions and jobs, you know that people say you have to have in order to staple your status symbol in a way. What are you putting into that to get that? What are you putting into that to get that recognition? You know, your time, your effort, sometimes your own money. You know what I'm saying?
And people
to go and still work for somebody else.
And people don't understand that. But real quick before I forget, because my mind, it is Savannah Blue. Okay, Savannah Blue in Detroit, baby.
Savannah Blue in Detroit.
Okay, listen.
Support.
And it was good. Okay, even the peach cobbler. Okay, I was on a diet and I was like, I got the snapper broiled so that I could eat the peach cobbler in good faith. But no, so back to what you were saying though. Like I completely understand. So you think about an idea. People think that you have to have like thousands of dollars saved. No. You don't understand that like just starting an idea, like it costs like maybe a little bit over $100 to do an LLC. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I've told y'all the benefits of having an LLC versus just a regular business, but let me just help you real quick. And it's just real quick because I try not to repeat myself too many times because I feel like y'all heard it already, so I don't want to keep repeating myself. But I can't remember if I talked about this on Wendy Wednesdays on Local. Okay. Or if I talked about this already on a podcast, but I can't I don't know. I can't remember. But so when you're a sole proprietor, you are responsible for the debts. Like, so if I did something to Kirby or Lawrence, if I did something to Lawrence,
I'll go with
I told him before the podcast, I was like, bro, I'm gonna be calling you Kirby. I keep forgetting your name is Lawrence, but then I tied Lawrence in with Insecure.
Right,
so
right.
you gotta tie things in. You gotta remember stuff. No, but I don't even know what I was talking. Oh, so if I do something to Kirby in my business and he didn't like it, and he sued me, then he can go after all my stuff, y'all. Like if you got a husband, a business, like other businesses, anything, they can go after anything.
Yeah.
But if you get an LLC, they're limited. They can only sue your business. So if your business only got $100 to his name, that's all they can get. Free jewel, okay?
Yeah,
get an LLC. It's way too. It's too cheap, and you can write off the expense of getting it as a business expense. Come on, y'all better stop playing. You too can be like Donald Trump and not pay any taxes. I saw. Oh my God! I follow this. I follow this black. I can't even remember her name on Instagram, but she dropped the realest thing I've seen in a long time. And my shout out to Deandra, Miss Leak, for sending me this. So Deandra sent me the link, and it said how she made over 6 figures, and her tax person sent her bill, and it was $100. Oh, what? You can make money and don't have to pay it? Listen, I've been telling y'all the goal in life is to live rich, be glamorous, give, go to foundations, tithe, donate to less fortunate, whatever, buy stuff, live rich in life, but poor to the IRS. Y'all better.
Yeah, but that's about putting in that time too, and understanding what you can and cannot do, and setting yourself up with the work that you're putting in to make money, to have that lifestyle every day, making sure that it's work that you really want to do. You know what I mean? Like, you're spending your time on someone else's idea.
Yeah, and making them money. Why are you doing that?
And switching up a plan that they put in place.
Yes.
Right? You can just take your own time and spend your time figuring out how you can look into the things that you've been doing for a long time, right? And figuring out how you can make money doing that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and this is one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to tell people, because, some people are, like, really good.
Right.
Like, I have somebody that he is going to, he loves giving his he loves giving doing his civic duty.
Right. And
he worked for the state. I can't do these state and federal jobs. They don't make enough money. And I remember my sister, she a federal government employee for life. Shout out to her. She just got a new job. I'm very proud of her. We gonna be going to LA, like I told her. But anyway, she told me, she was like, well, Wendy, but this was back when I first moved back here to Newport News, after I lived in Texas. Oh, well, you can just, make like $25,000 for like a year, and then they'll bump you up. I said, the way my lifestyle is set up, and I mean student loan lifestyle, I can't be taking pay cuts. I have a lifestyle to maintain.
It's not like, that's still a fraction of what you're making for whomever you decided to work for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the trick for me.
But my whole thing is that I tell people, I've been doing taxes. I don't know if you have Miss Palmer. Okay. Miss Palmer.
I remember Miss Palmer.
She was a Delta, but she was life. Okay, her attitude, her swag, her vibe. You knew not to play with Miss Palmer, honey. I think she had Achievable Dream or something. I don't know. Thank you, Miss Palmer.
Yeah, she was
10th grade. She the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I learned accounting.
Well, she's at Heritage now for something. Yeah.
I can't wait to go back to go speak. Have you spoke at their career fair that they do?
I haven't spoken at their career fair.
You have?
I haven't. I've spoken at their high school for special education.
Okay, so we're gonna have to holler at Lou, because Lou and JD. Okay. About to say, I see his gap in my mind, and I'm like, I see the gap. Sorry, shout out to him. He went to Howard. Shout out to Lou went to a PWI, but we still love Lou, because he's like he grew up in a HBCU his whole life.
We're gonna give him that. Like, he's certified.
he was ready to spread his wings. But they teach at our high school. What you mean? Somebody can leave their community, educate themselves, and then come back
and be good.
What?
Be good.
He is an accounting major too. He has his master's. I believe Lou has his master's in accounting. He is back here teaching kids. He's the coach of their football. I mean, the basketball team.
Right.
And he is giving back to his community that raised him and gave him that mindset to do better. And Lou came from a huge family, and even his big brother Llewellyn, he out here doing it big in LA.
Yeah,
he has his own podcast.
Yeah, actor. He's eating. He's doing it.
And he came from a huge family. I think all of the Radfords are.
They doing it.
they like the Cosby Show.
Great
Lou
start.
mama is life. Okay, I love his mama.
Yeah.
I be like, how your mama doing?
Yeah. I mean, you just take those jewels from the people around, but it's just, even with this, like, seeing the moves you make and what you had going on, even with the podcast, it's just motivation. I
told him when he out here giving me jewels. I couldn't figure out how to get the sound to work in my mic, and so I was like, all right, I'm just under the impression I know what I sound like, so I'll just have to hear it. But we did something, and I timed it because I'm looking at the timer so I can know when to edit. And I said, okay, this took like 3 minutes, but baby, I am ready now. So when I get these guests in, honey, I'm gonna be popping. I got this. No, but okay, so
let's get some questions in real quick.
I know. I was like, before we get out of here, because I have to wrap up. I have somebody that is waiting on me for another interview. But so real quick, I'll ask you this. Since we kind of already talking, you talked about what made you want to start your business,
right.
And we've already heard a little bit about you. Can you just go over what the LLC exactly is so that people can get an understanding of what your business is?
Right.
And just like give them an elevator introduction. And I don't know if you know what elevator means, but I know you do. But for people who don't, sorry, people who don't know, I don't want to assume you know what an elevator speech is. So I did Toastmasters. If you don't know what Toastmasters is, your business will pay for it.
Right.
What? I did Toastmasters off my first job and then learned how to do public speaking. That's why you won't hear a lot of ums and ums and I don't sound like I'm stuttering. I used to do speeches at lunch to people, my peers.
Right.
And it teaches you to get that fear out of you, because as long as you can be confident, you'll learn how to speak. And that's why I'm so able to speak so well, because Toastmasters helped me. And it also helped me slow down my speech, because unfortunately my mama is from North Chicago and I talk super duper fast. So gotta think I was the girl coming into Virginia from the South. I came from Texas and I was talking fast. Mm-hmm. They was confused because people in Virginia, they slow. They ain't as slow as North Carolina with that southern drawl, but they're a little slow, and so it took them a while. But anyway, back to you. Tell me about this business. Tell me about this LLC. Like, what are you doing? Just give me everything about peace of mind, life coaching.
Peace of mind, life coaching. It started as a podcast. Just wanting to give out information and share information about mental health and personal development and family structuring and relationship structuring, and all of these different things, right? And I just wanted to have conversations about it. But like I said, like I mentioned, I've been working in mental health for 7 years, and I worked in Parks and Rec with kids for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? So I just looked at how can I use what I've been doing for all this time for my own benefit. Because at some point I became an inclusion specialist, and with that you have to write programs for kids to be included in the before and after school and summer programs that we have.
Look at that on the job training that you could use for your own business. You can use it for your own.
And I was being asked to write up trainings for like not only our company, but that could be potentially presented to other companies on how to interact with kids who have been deemed to have behavior issues or disciplinary issues, like better ways to discipline and
because a lot of people, I'll tell you this, and because I know I just feel like it's not that black people or people of color, because I just don't want to say black people
in general.
Okay, that's
workers.
Thank you.
So
just the regular people, they just think that like you have to do everything in a certain order. Like they don't realize that. Listen, you are your book. You don't have to follow, because you know the book. You go to school, make good grades, go to a 4-year college. Right. You find your husband at college. You live together for 3 to 4 years or whatever. You travel, and then you produce your babies, and then you live happily ever. Oh, and don't forget the white picket fence.
It never looks like
the white picket fence, because baby, I don't know if you remember. I think it's Life Touch. They had your senior book. I went and wrote down like how I saw my life. It says like 10 years out, 15 years out. Right. And I went back and read it. And I remember reading at 30 that I wanted to be married. And I was like, I didn't even know myself until I got into my 30s. Why would I be one? And it's just so crazy about your mind just evolves.
Right. It's the time limits that's been socially constructed to say like you have to do things.
You gotta buy a house by
way.
25.
Right. You gotta be doing this.
You gotta have a baby by 30.
Even with this money thing that we talk about, and this job and this business things and all of these things, like a lot of people don't get their own business because they're thinking that it has to be done a certain way, or I'm not that kind of person to do that. Like once you put that money down and get that LLC and find your business name and start doing your funnel to bring in the business, that's what you didn't have to do mentally for someone who set up the company that you decided to go and work for. You're just plugging yourself into the mode of, making their dream come true. Take that same thing. And
that's what I want people to understand. Like, if like Sophie, for example, I'm coming from an accounting background, so I'm used to budgeting and not staying within budgets.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I was talking to my homegirl Shanika. We have a group chat.
It's
Shout
another
out.
world for me.
But shout out to them because I was telling them because she works for a university and she was just saying how like they be acting funny with the money. It ain't money. Like, girl, money. I hope you guarding it. They checkbook as much as you guarding your own. Like, I wouldn't care what. It ain't my money.
Nah.
They paying for what? Because I'm not paying for this.
If I'm working in the store and they coming to rob it, I'm opening the safe.
It's not my money. I remember I worked at Arby's. I was a manager at Arby's for almost. Shout out to Arby's because it taught me so much and it actually helped me get my first job out of school. Because yes, I was recruited out of school and I didn't have no 3.0. I worked full time, so I ended up graduating with a 2.91. But I will say my last semester when I wasn't working, I had a 3.5. So I mean, I know I could have been magna cum laude and all that stuff, but I was working. But shout out to Arby's because they used to get robbed all the time, and I'll never forget. One night, and this was back freshman year, I was just a regular employee then. I left, you know how you close out the dining room? Right. And I left, and then the next day I got because at the time my boyfriend stayed like 30 minutes from me, and I was headed over there to see him, and so I left early. They got robbed like 15 minutes after I left. And I said, look at God, because listen, because if they had where you want me to unlock the code? I ain't finna die over this. That's why when people be acting, you don't give them that money. Your life ain't worth that.
You got it all. Because man, listen, I was assistant manager at Foot Locker a couple years ago, and I made the company over $2 million 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like selling shoes, right? But I looked at my joint and I think I made, as assistant manager, even at that time, I think I made like 28.
Yeah, people don't understand, like, and you could actually start your own sneaker company. Like, you could take in consignment. Yes. Like, you have to use what you know and what you currently do. Like, I tell people all the time, you don't have to go to a 4-year degree. I just told you, like, the shipyard has a program here. Almost. Yeah, because the shipyard has a program here, and I forgot what it is. It's like it's something to do close to like engineering. I just can't think of the name of it. Apprentice school. Yes. Yeah. I know so many people who did the apprentice program, and they're making so much money. Right. And I'm just like,
and it's I'm with you, Like, I'm with you. It doesn't. It's about taking the time, finding yourself.
Yes.
And what fits you. Right? To where, like, work doesn't seem like work. It's finishing a project. And completing projects every day. It's not work. And
also if you like, so like right now, because I'm still doing my business until the spring, and like I think I said this before, like I am actually going out on faith and doing my business full time because I got a sign. I asked to manifest this business, and the signs, my company that I work for is closing due to COVID. Their production has to shut down. So they're closing in June. Well, that's a great transition into starting into my business full time. Like, that's I asked for this. I asked for guidance. Definitely. And it's manifesting itself. Like, I'm stepping out on faith. I paid off all my bills because of COVID. I didn't go anywhere, so I haven't been able to travel. And so it's like, why not?
It's a different motivator when that fire is being lit by getting things done that primarily benefit you. You get what I mean? Like, you putting this time in because you put money into it to get the result out of it. So switching that up. So the stresses that we have when we have to wake up in the morning and we wait until it's 5 minutes till we know we about to be late to get into work, but because we really don't want to get out of bed. going to work on
but think about this.
Thing, you do it.
But watch this though. If you had a meeting that you had to do for your business, wouldn't you be on time?
You better know.
You be early. Like I come in early. Like I didn't got professional. I didn't brought out water. They got orange and kiwi water in here, and I'm over here setting up. So when he come in, all he gotta do is pick up. All you had to do was put on your headphones and you came in here. Like
that's it. That's all I have to do.
Because I value your time. Everybody, thank you for listening to Wendy with an I podcast, powered by Wendy Consulting LLC. You know, I can help your business if you're an entrepreneur, small business owner. I am here to help guide you. So if that's with budgeting, tax preparation, bookkeeping, whatever you need help with. You know, we're currently right now accepting clients. At a certain point, you know, I won't be, but currently I'm offering a special where you get 25% off any service with me. So, you know, go ahead and sign up for the 30-minute consultation. I'll let you do your plugs before we get out of here. Please make sure you drop your Instagrams, and I'll make sure I have it in the description.
Same here. Peace of Mind Life Coaching. I'm currently taking on new clients as well. At the moment, we're offering a 15% off on our services as well. I cater to individuals with family and relationships. Transitions that we're trying to get to as far as understanding placement and where you fit and how you can transition forward and move forward in your life. So check me out on Facebook, Peace of Mind Life Coaching, Instagram, Peace of Mind -LC, and
just
Twitter,
one L, just LC.
Yeah, just LC.
Okay, LC.
Yeah. And on Twitter, Peace of Mind LC as well. It's boy Kirby, Lawrence Kirby from Newport News, Virginia.
Thank you, Kirby, for joining us. I appreciate it. We can't wait to see you back. And next time, we're going to be talking about how well he's doing with his podcast and all of that. So thank you for listening to this episode, and we hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe. Please. Please subscribe. Please. And please share it with your friends. I mean, I'm just out here trying to drop, just knowledge and jewels so that you can succeed and do your dreams. So. Definitely. Thank you for listening and watching Wendy with an I podcast, powered by Wendy Consulting LLC. Thank you.
Let me guess, you try and stack a few dollars. You ain't trying to blow it all. You need financial knowledge. Need some tips on your taxes, so the IRS ain't bending you backwards. Well, you're in luck. You tuned into the master, Wendy Consulting.